Well, greetings, friends. This is Pastor Bryan Hudson. I want to share with you my devotional from this morning, one of my devotional readings from this morning, Old Testament. And there's so much truth and insight and relevance to our times in the Bible. And I never cease to be amazed when going into the scriptures, Old and New Testament, how the Lord just seems to always give me something and often give me something to share as I'm doing today. So I'm going to share this topic today. I'm calling this topic today, Why Saul's Armor Won't Help You. All right. And this is a story with which many are familiar, but I'll read this text from 1 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 38 and 39. Saul clothed David with his armor, and he put a bronze helmet on his head. He also clothed him with a coat of mail, which is a metal attachment. David fastened his sword to his armor and tried to walk, for he had not tested them. And David said to Saul, I cannot walk with these, for I have not tested them. And so David took them off, right? So we know that as David was preparing to go out to meet Goliath, that Saul was like, oh my God, he don't know what he's doing. And so he's going to give him his armor. And I thought, first of all, well, Saul, why don't you put your armor on and go out there and fight Goliath? But Saul was that kind of person. But this text, there's so much in this text, the whole story. I think you're aware that David went out and did what the armies were afraid to do. And so Saul loaned David his armor. And what's interesting, we know that Goliath was 9 feet tall. According to the Bible, 6 cubits, about 9 feet. But even Saul was said to be head and shoulders above other people, other men. So Saul was over 6 feet tall. David, we know, was a smaller man. And so obviously it was a ridiculous sight. If you were there, it'd be a humorous thing to see David trying to put this armor on and dragging the sword, and it didn't fit. Now, briefly, my thoughts on this text, just where we're concerned today, some thoughts to share with you to encourage you. First of all, something designed for others won't necessarily work for you. Now, we're in a kind of a copycat society. And there's certainly value in emulating people and learning from people and modeling people. But there's a difference between modeling and emulating and just straight up trying to use, what was designed for somebody else. That won't work. Second point here is, if you go out to face a challenge with somebody else's resources, somebody else's armor, you will either fail or your success will be shallow. Again, copycat society. People like to, take credit for things they haven't done. And so their success is shallow in that, you didn't really originate anything. You didn't really innovate. You just kind of copied and pasted, So another reason why someone else's armor, resources, don't depend on that. It wasn't designed for you. It won't work for you. Number 3. Develop your own skills and resources with God. Now, the thing about David, he didn't just show up there with just being mad at Israel for not standing up to Goliath. I'll do this. No, David was being prepared by God as a shepherd out there in the wilderness with those sheep in isolation, rather. He said he actually had killed a lion and a bear. And so in his mind, it's simple as this, okay? Goliath, I'll do to you what I did to the lion and the bear. And that, of course, was boldness and faith, but also is based on something. It's based on skills he had developed. Based on faith he had allowed God to develop in him. So let God, again, point 3 is develop your own skills and resources with the help of God. Number 4, you may have resources. You may have armor, But don't trust in that more than you trust God, right? And if you have something from God, all of us got something from God, skills and such, you can't trust that stuff. You can't trust your knowledge. You can't trust your skills more than you trust God. That would be a big mistake. Ultimately, it's not your skills and knowledge that win the day. It's the grace of God. It's the power of God. Number 5, the size of your obstacle has absolutely no bearing on what God will do for you if you allow him to develop your skills and your faith. So to see David, to think about David, maybe 5'10", 5'6", 5'5", I don't know, trying to, proposing to go out against a man who was 9 feet tall, whom I think Saul said to him, David, you're a kid. He's been a warrior since he was a kid. So, but it doesn't matter. The size of the obstacle has no bearing whatsoever on what God would do through you. Number 6, David didn't only have faith in the moment going out there to face Goliath. He had skills that came from walking by faith. See, we have this thing, we just want to show up in the moment, have faith in the moment, as if, everything happens in the moment. Well, yeah, God does miracles, but, I would suggest you work on your faith, walk by faith every day, trust God every day. So when the moment comes, you're ready for it. You have built up your most holy faith. Amen. And finally, I'll say that take off the stuff that doesn't fit your purpose. Just take that armor off, that stuff off. People want to load you up with stuff that doesn't pertain to your purpose. Now listen, we are team players. We work with people. We all need each other. We need to help others and be helped by others. I'm not suggesting we don't be team players. I'm suggesting that what God put in you is for you. What God put in somebody else is for them. We bring those together to make impact. But don't get caught trying to put on Saul's armor. It wasn't designed for you. It doesn't fit you. If you go out to battle, drag it like that, you're going to get killed. All right. And as I'm saying, as a metaphor, take stuff off. Doesn't pertain to your purpose. Amen. All right. So that's my exhortation for today. Again, from my devotion reading this morning, which just happens to be April the 11th. So God bless. Have a great day and be encouraged.